Hey, Danny Gonzales here at Automate 2025. I'm at the Schneider Electric booth here. I'm with Mark Duncan. Mark, thank you so much for joining me today on the show.
Right. Yeah, nice to be here.
Well, I'm excited to be here. There's a lot going on. But for those who are not familiar with Schneider Electric, tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do.
So Schneider Electric is a global company. We are the energy management and industrial automation leader in the world. We're in 120 countries. We're about a $38 billion revenue company. And here in the U.S., we have about 20 manufacturing plants, and we provide digital solutions to our customers. We're in building automation, secure power, energy management, and industrial automation.
So just a few things, right? Just a few small things.
Small things, yes.
All right. So, but what are you showcasing here today at Automate?
So at Automate, basically we're showing all of our industrial automation portfolio. Our booth is laid out like a brewery, so we're talking about digital transformation, and we're talking about open automation, open universal automation.
Yeah, excellent. So, one of the narratives that we're hearing and that we're seeing certainly with the keynote that Amar Paul had earlier, who was the president of Schneider North America, talking about universal automation, really open versus closed systems. How is that being received so far?
Right. Well, it's being received very well by end users who face legacy systems or even new systems that are vendor locked. So the traditional PLC is based on an IEC standard 61131. And it's ladder logic or structure text programmed, and the hardware and the software have to be coupled together, and if you replace one, you have to replace both. What we're proposing is a universal approach to that with a new product called EcoStruxure Automation Expert, where we separate the hardware from the software. And that allows us to create a very open software that's not necessarily tied to the old ladder logic programming, but more programming like you would do in the IT world, using different languages like Python or C++ to program from an asset level. So you program assets, start at the top and program your system down to the level of connected products, kind of the reverse of what's done today. And that allows you to do much more connectivity, connect with the OT to the IT system, using communication protocols like OPC UA to make it easier to integrate data sources or push data out to on-premise servers or in the cloud. So we think universal automation, automation expert in our case is a great solution for future-proofing your automation, right? Because our automation program could then run on anybody's hardware, not necessarily Schneider, as long as the universal automation runtime is on that hardware. So you could run it on a server, you could run it on somebody else's PLC, you could run it on a Raspberry Pi. It's really open and universal in that case. Yeah.
Sounds like it. Sounds like a great solution and a great answer to some of the challenges that companies are having. I think you hit the nail on the head talking about having that flexibility, right? And I think that's such a key thing. If that's anything that we've learned from COVID and some supply chain issues and tariffs and all the things that have been, the narratives, the stories we've had over the last several years, is that if there's anything constant, it's change.
Yes, right? Yes, absolutely. And of course, a big buzzword here is AI, right? Or other tools that you want to use in your automation system. And open automation helps with that, right? So if you run your software, in this case Automation Expert, on a server or an IPC, you can also, on that same piece of hardware, you can run Linux or Windows-based applications, such as some of your AI modules and your HMI as well. So you can run all that in one environment, and that's a lot easier to orchestrate and operate your automation if you do that.
That's fantastic. A lot of great solutions, a lot of great opportunity to be able to kind of plug in and be able to solve a lot of these challenges they've got going on. So you've got a couple different exhibits here in the booth, a lot of different robots. Is there anything in particular that's new or that you're debuting?
Yes, so basically, as I was saying earlier, we're basically simulating a brewery here. So you walk in, and the first thing you're going to see is our visualization, which is showing the brewery in action, right? We have a software called ProLeiT that does end-to-end process control for a brewery facility, right? And not only the local brewery, but you can see your operations at other locations and compare and contrast what's going on. You get alarm messages from your assets if something is potentially going to fail, so we can provide the operator information about the environment that they're working in, and we can help create predictive analytics for the customer. So we have one demo over here which we built with our EcoStruxure automation expert. It's a water pump simulator. So basically we have one of our AC drives controlling a pump, but there's no PLC. We're controlling this with automation expert and then on an edge IPC. And in that IPC we have a 5G modem. So we're able to remotely control that pump without having to be present in front of it. And so a lot of pumps are in rural areas or locations that are inaccessible. So this provides a way to do that. We're showing also our TeSys Island, which is our digital motor management system. This is basically a revolutionary digital load management tool. It's basically you build a motor starter which is protected, and you can add multiple starters to it and connect it via Ethernet or other protocols, or connect it to our universal automation. And you can add voltage and current modules to TeSys Island and do analytics. If the motor is starting to use more current than normal, you can have an alarm and take some action before the motor fails. That's very important to us to give our customers those types of tools.
Uptime's kind of important.
Yes. Yeah. And then behind me here is we're showing what would be a filling and capping solution for a brewery. And we're using several of our robotic applications to do this filling and capping process here. So this is our multi-carrier system. Basically it's an automated system that you can create in an oval or circle to automate your process. In this case it's handling the bottles that are coming around. And then we're using our gantry system here, our Lexium slides, to add the cap onto the bottle. And then the bottles are being moved in and off of the conveyor here, or the carrier system, with our Delta robots. All of these robots are being controlled by one controller here called our pack drive, and it does the motion and logic for all of the servos that are involved in this application. We can do 130 axes of motion and resolve that in a millisecond with this high-performance controller. We also make a line of cobots from 3 kilogram up to 18 kilogram, and we're showcasing those here. For our cobots, we have one of the smallest controllers in the industry, a compact controller that can fit inside a control panel. We're also showcasing our brand new M660 motion controller. It's an IPC, and with that unit we'll be able to control up to 300 axes of motion in one platform. And on top of that, we're introducing our Edge I/O, which is our latest I/O. It's our unified I/O that works with all of our controllers for data collection at the edge.
Excellent. So just a few solutions here.
Yes.
There's quite a breadth of solutions.
Yes.
And it sounds like basically really the narrative is that all of these are not disparate. We're connected. We can everything can run. Sort of. I think the campaign that you were talking about is smoothly here. I think that's the big brand campaign that's been released. But that it's not things operating in silos, that it's operating together so that you can basically harmonize everything, be able to take that data, make decisions based off of it, smart decisions, and really be able to drive efficiency in your operations.
Correct. Yeah, everything is connected together. We want to bring the right data in for our customers to evaluate, make decisions with, to improve performance on their equipment, to empower their workforce to make better decisions, quicker decisions, to keep uptime at a maximum and downtime at a minimum, and help them future-proof their operations because they may want to add additional production, and we want to make it easy for them to do that and not be tied to a fixed automation, but more flexible automation.
Excellent. Well, Mark, I really appreciate the time. Thank you so much for kind of walking us through what's going on here, sort of how you guys are thinking about smart manufacturing and the future, the factory of the future. Sounds like there's a lot of great opportunity here, but again, thank you for your time.
Thank you.